There we go. You're undeafened. Yeah.
Yes, you probably should turn this music down.
French! Welcome
Oh
in.
my god, French!
French!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hotmess Hangout episode 3. You're not muted. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Hotmess Hot Seat episode 3. We're here with the fabulous, beautiful, amazing Miss Bonnie and Mr. Phoenix, and of course Mr. Callie and myself. We are talking about social media today, so I'm super excited that you guys are here with us. Would you guys like to formally introduce yourselves? Miss Bonnie, we'll start with you ladies first.
Oh my goodness. I'm Bonnie C. Draws. I'm here on Twitch. I am an art streamer primarily. I do some gaming too, mostly Genshin. And yes, you can see me with all my Instagram and social media and all that kind of stuff. So
let's go. Spandex is not here. Well, all right. All right, Mr. Phoenix, your turn.
I'm Phoenix. I'm a client of Bonnie's. She actually did my, I guess you could say, like, season 2 emotes because they were long overdue. So sub to Real Phoenix TV if you want some Patrick Bateman emotes and Joker and Gerard Phoenix emotes. And love me long time.
I was trying to spam them in chat, but I can't find them. There we go. There they are.
Yeah, I do a lot of emote drawing, and I'm working on a Twitch emote video right now for YouTube.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure YouTube out. Welcome.
It's taking a bit, but I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about how to grow on there, and yes.
So before we get started, I want to say thank you to Mr. Eternal Knight, who was our host last hot seat for that reset. You're amazing. Welcome in, friends. So for those of you who don't know and have never been here, it's just Hotmess Hot Seat is all about a podcast type style, just chatting stream where we're just hanging out with friends and we're talking about a certain topic. Today's topic is social media. So welcome to Hotmess Socials. Do you guys remember what your very first social media account was?
Yes.
What was it?
I actually had to look this up because I had to go and see what would social media consist of. And I did not know this, but social media does consist of any place with forums. So actually, technically, Neopets is my first one.
Okay. All right, Phoenix, what about you? What was your first social media?
All right, so I want to say it's a toss-up between either AIM or I think it was Zynga.
Zynga. Oh,
Like
yeah,
the
Zynga.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my
OG
gosh,
MySpace.
yes. Yes, same.
Oh my god, like
Same.
Zynga was a very short-lived one for me though, because I didn't understand it and it was just a foreign thing to me, and we really didn't have like computers too much until later, so I was just like, yeah.
Did I just...
I get it. I was also Zynga as well and had AIM, but I was part of, it's funny, I was part of the role-playing community on Neopets and Gaia Online. Actually, that's how I met my boyfriend, was Gaia Online.
Gaia Online?
Yes, Gaia Online.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Roleplay. I know, and yeah, we are now like known each other for at least 17 years now.
What was your first social media, babe?
Probably AIM. Yahoo Messenger.
Yahoo Messenger, yeah. AIM. Do you guys remember, oh my god, what was that? It was like a 3D animation, like world, but it was like my Coke world, like Coca-Cola or something.
IMVU or whatever.
Yes!
Yeah. And there's also ICQ as well.
I remember doing that. So I think my first official one would have been AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. But then because I grew up in a house where social media was not allowed. I was not allowed to be on social media at all. Between my mom's rules and then eventually in high school when like MySpace and stuff started to get like super super popular, we weren't allowed to, as the cheer team, like we were not allowed to be on social media. That was a sports like code of conduct rule that they had.
Wow.
So, because girls were like posting pictures in their cheer uniforms, doing things that they weren't supposed to. Football players were doing things they weren't supposed to. So, like, they just banned social media for all. If you wanted to be in the sport, you couldn't be on social media. So, once I moved out of my mom's house, though, MySpace was my first, like, official, probably like where I went in, and I remember used to like customizing all the backgrounds and like constantly changing the music playlist and then trying to figure out who was going to be in your top 8 because that was always drama.
How to say, Phoenix and I were like ex-scene kids, so
I
know, right?
Yeah. I don't know, because my online personality like tossed around like a million times, and that was the fun thing about MySpace, is that I had that customization. So there was one day where I would just have the regular just like blank canvas MySpace, and then I would go to my other friend that's just like grounded until next week, because we're middle school to high school kids that don't know what the hell we're doing with the internet and getting grounded and everything, because we're prioritizing the internet over grades and school and whatnot. So we got grounded. But I saw all their stuff and I was like, hey, how do I get yours to be like, or how do I get mine to be like yours? And it's just like, you just got to go, to the banners and everything. And I was just like, holy shit. Okay, let me customize all this. So then I had all that. Like 1 week I would have either like Fall Out Boy or My Chemical Romance. The next week I would have Coheed and Cambria or whatever, have the playlist and whatnot. It was so perfect.
About to say, you kind of have the same kind of deal with MySpace as I did with Neopets. Neopets, I actually learned HTML and such using like their because like you can go and like make group pages and learn HTML, and there's like a lot of people who learned HTML that way.
Yeah, but trying to customize your profiles and like your banner headers and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then like I know a lot of people like were on MySpace and stuff, but I'm like, because I'm gonna bring out, like, I'm doing art, so I was mostly on DeviantArt a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was on DeviantArt, and I was on another art site called Sheezy Art, which is actually for furry art. I know. Okay. I am not a furry artist, but yeah, like I did not have a Sonic OC, but exactly. But I was part of the like the movement where everybody had like the doll bases, and they would go and make like their own characters and stuff with doll bases and just from old art and stuff, and that's how I got started on art, which was pretty funny. I'm just like, yeah, let me go and customize this like Sailor Moon character, be my own OC Sailor Moon character. And I know.
So is DeviantArt is kind of like Reddit, right? Where you have like, I've only been on DeviantArt a couple times. So you have artists that post their art, and then there's like a comment forum, or like how does that work?
Yeah, there's you post your own art, which is mostly like, it's basically an art gallery, and it's been like that forever and ever. But then like you have your own profile page where you can go and customize it and be like, yeah, I listen to Fall Out Boy and Coheed and Cambria on here too. And this is like the edgy part of DeviantArt, where like, the beginning of DeviantArt. And then they do have a forum where like people will be like, can you draw my OC for $5 and shit like that. So
okay.
All
right. So, do you guys remember me? Like, okay, so I used Meebo because I had like
Oh my gosh, yes.
MSN and Yahoo and AIM, and you could sign into all of them all at once. Like, and have all your accounts like up. Did you ever use Meebo? And then like the Meebo chat rooms. I met some of my best friends in a Meebo chat room. Like friends that I'm still friends with. I see. I'll be 30 next month, so we've been friends for 14 years. Like best friends, and we met in a Meebo chat room. Like
that sounds like me with Gaia Online. It's like I met them in a Kingdom Hearts roleplay.
Interesting. All right.
Who knows? In this roleplay is still, my boyfriend still has it saved. He's just like, I'm going to go and print this 100, 300 page roleplay, and we're just gonna frame it and give it to you when we get married.
So that's kind of like, we can segue into,
I know,
like, people meet like people in chat rooms and stuff, right? But then like the relationship thing is big on for social media. Like with apps, we met through Plenty of Fish, which is an app, like a social media app, sort of. It's kind of like social media, but then like you meet these people, and then what do you? The first thing you do? Do they have a Facebook? Do they have a Twitter? Are they on Instagram?
Yep.
Like you start. I feel like Joe from You. Like on Netflix, where spoiler alert, he's a stalker. Like, and that's what he does. The first thing he does is check their social media presence. So, what social medias do you guys currently use? Phoenix, will start with you.
First of all, who doesn't stalk these days? It's so easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I meet somebody, for example, okay, so if I meet a streamer that I'm just like, okay, I kind of vibe with them, I'll check out their Twitter to see what they do on an outside of stream basis. Because I'm just like, I don't want you guys to know, or I don't want to just know you for this. I want to know you for whatever, if that's the case. Okay, that does sound really creepy.
Hey, I used to, like, people would go and, like, actually, joke with me about, it's like, yeah, Bonnie, she goes and she stalks everybody online and everything like that, and it's just, yeah, it is pretty... Yeah.
So what socials are you guys using? Like, how is somebody gonna social media stalk you?
So I'm heavy into Discord, this one app where I'm just hanging out, and typically you'll see me in a number of channels, but if you want to find me mainly in the Gamer's Edge channel, I have my own voice channel that you can join in, and I'm either playing right now Dead by Daylight or MLB The Show and cussing out survivors or cussing out butt dancers, like ridiculously.
My goodness.
All right, Bonnie, what socials do you use? I know we kind of talked about it in the beginning.
I know. I've been mostly on, I think a lot of people know I'm a lot on Instagram and Twitter, but I've also been really upping YouTube. I am like always on YouTube, just like watching and scrolling on with people. But yeah, like I'm just starting to make my own videos again, and yeah, it's going. So
your perspective is kind of different. You don't really use social media. What socials are you on, and why are you on them?
I'm on Facebook because everybody has Facebook.
Yeah, but Facebook is dying.
Yeah, but I get on Facebook because all the family is on Facebook.
Exactly.
I don't know. Hold up a second. Is Facebook really dying, or is it just everybody's perception of Facebook dying because of all the crap that's going on with my boy Zuck?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Honestly, I think that just like MySpace, Facebook had its time. It had its, it was a big thing. I mean, I remember when everybody was making, the big move from MySpace to Facebook, and it was like, it was the thing. And then it just kept coming out with like more and more stuff as they kept acquiring all these companies. And then it was just like, because they bought out Instagram, right? Don't they own Instagram?
Yeah. And WhatsApp.
And yeah, so like as they started buying out these and then incorporating, leaving those apps intact, but then basically stealing all their crap and incorporating it into watch, my Facebook account is about to be banned for life. I'll be in Facebook jail forever for talking shit. But I feel like they started copying all this content, and now like nobody, because their ultimate goal, right, is that you only need Facebook. You don't need Insta. You don't need anything else. Like everything, you can do all of that stuff on Facebook. But I feel like it's not. You see more people in like Discord or Twitter or Twitch or YouTube or wherever that you are missing. It's not the same. Most people, when you ask them, they're like, yeah, I'm on Facebook, but I really don't use it because I just use it to keep up with my family or keep in touch with my family. Like, that's honestly, I was super active on Facebook, and now for the most part it's just to keep my family updated and like in the know, and where I post my pictures for them, because most of them are too old to use Instagram. So
Yeah, what's Instagram?
but I
Is
mean,
it
like,
an Instagram, like a gram that you instantly get from the dealer?
it's Instagramma. That's what it is.
Oh. My dope peddler did not think that it was Instagram. He thought it was Instagram, grams by the minute.
Nope. Instagrams, like Grammy, Grandma. We're wholesome. We're wholesome, Phoenix. We're wholesome.
Never mind. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to make a new platform called Instagramma.
No.
Where all the grandmas can post their thirst traps.
Let's do it.
Please no Grandma Thirst Traps. Like, please no Grandma Thirst Traps.
Yep.
So what is your guys'
that's what everybody wants.
least favorite social media? Like, of all of them out there, you got Reddit and Tumblr and Facebook and YouTube, and
I don't like Twitter.
You don't like Twitter?
Oh,
why?
I was about to say I don't like Twitter either.
I'm actually okay with Twitter.
So why do you not like Twitter, Joseph?
I don't know. I don't really understand it. I don't like it. Everybody has to tweet about everything. Hashtag I just went to the bathroom. Hashtag I just woke up. Hashtag I just ate. Hashtag
but
I just got a ticket.
But isn't that the same thing with Facebook?
Cares?
But isn't that the same thing with Facebook?
To a point.
No, not necessarily.
But not really.
I think that my gripe with Twitter is that I'm not really up on the constant updating. I think that's what Twitter is that, like, so like for example, like I'll scroll on Twitter and I bet you the first 5 tweets that I see or anything from interaction is going to be from our wonderful host here, either liking or retweeting tweets. And it comes to a situation where you've either got to follow or unfollow or just like mute whatever's going on because you don't want to see the stuff that you see because you're attached to that person that you're following. There's also not really a clear like sign of where all your stuff is going. So as a creator, it's a horrible situation to think like, all right, if I put this tweet out, how is it going to do? Do I need to put hashtags in it? Like, can I make my own customized hashtags? Are people actually going to read this crap? And
I think your perspective and my perspective are a little different, Phoenix, because since I'm in like a different area of Twitter, like, because I know streamer Twitter is a lot different than artist Twitter.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, because streamer Twitter, like, you is constantly updated. It's like everybody's like, I'm going live. Artist Twitter, like, a lot of people just post their picture out there, and it's just like, okay, everybody's like retweeting your art, and then like posting things and doing art shares and all that kind of stuff, which is different. And so I like Twitter is not that bad for me personally. Like, it could be I'm trying to think of like probably TikTok for me.
Okay. TikTok is your least favorite?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, even though like I'm constantly scrolling on TikTok, the art TikTok is different than like streamer and like
Art Talk is cool.
wholesome. Yeah, but Art Talk, you get a lot of toxic people in it going and being like, oh yeah, your stuff is shit, and like people are mean on Art Talk. So,
But I feel like that's
Let's
everywhere.
take a step back here. Yeah, that really is everywhere because,
yeah.
So first of all, to piggyback on the Twitter, like the silos, and it's weird. It's really weird because there are niches on Twitter that I didn't expect. I thought Twitter was just, like a grand general forum, but no, there are so
No,
many
there are
niches.
niches.
Like there is the MLB Twitter that is toxic.
Mhm.
There's MLB the Show Twitter that is toxic. So there's video game baseball and baseball that is equally as toxic. Like right now, I know
Yeah,
that there's
cosplay TikTok is bad. And I will say this is coming from, okay, so I used to be in the cosplay community, and I'm still kind of in the cosplay community, and cosplay TikTok is really toxic.
Cosplay TikTok is questionable. There's some questionable things that happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go. Oh man, that's an awesome cosplay. That's a really cute cosplay. Is this even cosplay? Let's see.
Yeah.
Somebody's mad because their wings are all fucked up. Oh, there's rumor has it that this artist sucks, and there's a big old fight that somebody stole somebody else's cosplay.
Well, it's more like, oh, this person's predatory. Let's cancel them. Let's go and do this. Let's do this. Cancel on it's
So,
yeah, and then,
okay.
And then I was anime convention, and then I'm also part of like the anime convention community. So it's like, all that stuff that happened with a certain voice actor, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely know like those, like the people that have been harassed by this voice actor, and yeah, and then like people going in and saying, oh yeah, you don't know anything. I'm like, I worked conventions for 6 years.
I think my downfall with Twitter is that I don't like that it's constantly like, because I'm very active on Twitter. Twitter is something that I've jumped on it and then I've jumped off and then I've jumped on it and then I jumped off. And it wasn't until I became a streamer that I was like, oh, I really actually need to like genuinely use Twitter, and not just to post, hey, I'm going live, but that's kind of how it's an extension of you like being live, where they can, your community you can interact with them, they can interact with you. So for me, it's a faster version of Discord. Like Discord is where you actually have conversation for me, where Twitter is where I'm just like, dude, I can check in on like, what are you doing? What are you playing? Like what it's literally just status updates. That's all Twitter is, right? But I don't like that when you're super active. Like Phoenix said, because I'm active, he opens his Twitter and it's like, Callie liked, Callie retweeted, Callie like I don't like that. Like he doesn't need to see every single thing that I like. Like that's I feel like that's a little frustrating. I wish they had a better system for, I mean, I get it. It's to kind of show you what your people that you're following are interested in. But that brings up my next point, is let's talk about following on Twitter, right? Because the first thing that people do when they get a follow request is they go, okay, let's see how legitimate this person is, right? So then they go, okay, so they're following 10,000 people and they only have 7 followers. So it looks pretty sus, right? So how do you discern what you follow and who you follow in ratio to your followers? Because I've gone through, like when I first created my Twitter, I was following like all these different companies and like different gamers that I looked up to, people that are never going to follow me back, right? And then it looked really unbalanced. And in Twitter, that's kind of detrimental when it's super, super unbalanced, where it shows you're following these thousands of people and you only have like 100 followers. So how do you guys balance that out?
I mean, if I like their stuff, then I'm gonna follow them. That's
regardless.
Plain and simple.
So you don't care?
Regardless, I don't care.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't care. And actually, it's starting to balance out, especially like on Instagram for me. It's starting to balance out big time. So like, if I'm like, oh yeah, I really like this artist, I'll follow them. No biggie. But if it's like, if there's somebody like, and same on Twitter, but if, I'm like, I will go and check people's content before I go and, do anything.
All right, Phoenix, what about you? How are you balancing your following to followers?
I'm trying to see right now. So I've got 248 that I'm following, and then 361 to 60 because that number floats around every single day. I mean, I'm doing pretty well. I think honestly, there's some followings that I could probably unfollow.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I don't really interact with your stuff anymore, or you're just MIA. But I'm lazy.
Yeah.
So what I would typically do is I'll let the follow. So if I do get a follower, I'll let it sit for him and I'll see who it is. Like for example, I don't even care if they show up in here and see that. So there's somebody that followed me because we were in the same space. And if you guys don't know what space is, it's a new thing on Twitter that's app only right now. So it's only accessible on your phone where you can hang out and listen to speakers. It's basically like going live without the actual video feature. So they followed me there because we were interested in this contest that we were trying to get into and whatnot, and learning about the expectations. So I guess he probably followed like everybody that was in there, and I'm like, okay, cool. I kind of want to take a look at his following the follower ratio real quick since we're on this topic, since this is pretty good to talk about. Yeah, they
Live
currently
research. You guys are watching it now.
They currently
Yeah, I'm
follow
doing it
up
right now.
to 4,000 people, but only have 25 or close to 2,500 following or followers. So that's like, you're obviously trying to do follow or like initiate some kind of follow for follower, or you're blindly following people that you're probably not going to interact with in the future. Because of all those followings, that's why I'm thinking like, yeah, you don't care about it, but you kind of should, because the people that you're following there, it's going to be a detriment to them for the content that you view unless you actively go out and reach out to them to see, which bigger Twitter or bigger folks on Twitter, the ones that with like 2 to 3 million, you're going to see it because Twitter is going to recommend it to you anyways. So
So how do you guys recommend when it comes to like following like companies? So for people that look really closely at that, like, oh, they're following 3,000 people or 3,000 whatever, but they only have 300 followers. That's only like a 10% of what they're following is following them back. Do you think that that should be factored in to your following count when you're following companies like Epic Games or Twitch support or whatever, you know what I mean, like whatever it is, that's not going to transition for a follower for you unless you're working for them or a creator for them or whatever it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what are your guys' point of views on that?
I mean, for me, it's you just want to get information, so that's why you have that follow. Like sometimes the follow is there just to keep tabs, and that's how brutally honest it is. Like there might be people that are there that's like, I don't like this guy's content, but I'm just gonna keep tabs on them.
Yeah.
Or like for example, if I decided to follow behavior in Dead by Daylight to make sure that I'm up to date on that, that's cool, because how I see it, for me at least, from a content perspective, I follow certain game company gives me updates about game. I transition game updates, and this isn't a perfect world, this really doesn't happen too much, game updates or content updates into TikTok, into Instagram, into my own tweet, and retweet it and quote tweet it and whatnot, and be like, this fucking sucks. It's your game.
So okay,
No,
I'm glad that you brought up the retweet. What is the difference, Bonnie? We'll start with you. We'll see what you feel first. So what is the difference between a retweet and a quote tweet? When it comes you've tweeted something and you have like 4 people retweeting it, but you have like 2 people that have quote retweeted it.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. As an artist, I personally hate quote tweets. I also personally hate when somebody goes and is like, I have this one person or one account that does this all the time because they follow another person that I like follows me, and if she goes and retweets my like my art and stuff like that, they will go and literally take my post, put RT on it, and then push and like my artwork that way, and not even and like make it like a whole new tweet, not like a retweet or a quote tweet. So that only hurts artists more so than anything because you're not getting people to your page as much as what you want it to be. So you rather have, as an artist, you rather have people retweet versus quote tweet, because sometimes when you quote tweet, you all that information like, hey, follow me on my Twitch, follow me on my Instagram, so on and so forth, that will all go away. So that's yeah. So I'm like,
so Phoenix, what about you? Retweet versus quote tweet?
I love that I love you brought this question up and you had Bonnie answer it first because I had the lengthy one because we've talked about this. So if I had a mooncake, this is the mooncake hot take. But
I need to get a string deck so I have a button so that way it like flashes a mooncake on the string.
Okay, anyways, kids take notes. So in my limited time on Twitter, I've learned that the quote tweet honestly should only be used for, and this is just my general rule, take it or leave it. If you're subtweeting and you disagree and you want to be like, I'm going to try and jump on this clout train, or if it is a forum related question, and they typically don't happen outside of stream or Twitter, because I'm going to be completely honest, stream or Twitter is the most cringiest fucking place.
Okay, so you think that quote tweets should be reserved specifically for like tweet threads, essentially?
Yes and no. Yeah, mainly tweet threads. So like, if anybody asks, like for a good example, I'm gonna name drop him anyways. The Raven Armed or Armad, he does a lot of questions that is just like, what are some qualities in streamers that cause you to follow or things like that, or what are some companies that you would recommend or what are some companies that you would recommend these content creators looking to for a sponsorship or the other way around? Ugh, I can't talk today. Quote tweeting is a great opportunity for that, and then also tagging the company, of course, if it comes into it, because it's your own thing. That creator is not looking for any engagement in that way. If they would, then they would come up with some other content. But if it's something like a clip or art or any original tweet or any take of the sort, just retweet it. Don't even bother about quote tweeting it or anything like that. I've had countless amount of content that I've just wanted retweeted that people are just like put nice on a quote tweet and then send it out, and that's their own thing, either because of ignorance or I don't know, because they don't know how to use Twitter. I
don't know how to use Twitter, probably. It's just annoying. It's annoying as like as you say, like you're creating actual content to put out into the thing, and somebody goes and quote tweets like nice. And it's just like all that information that you have on your actual tweet, like about, hey, you can go and follow me on such and such, or I'm doing this, that, and everything. All that's lost, so nobody gets to see that. It's like, hey, I'm putting out like a sale on my store, and somebody goes and quote tweets nice, like nobody's gonna know if like I'm gonna have a sale at my store. So
okay, so that kind of transitions into my next question about like things that you have learned not to do since becoming a content creator or just as a user, because I mean you use it just kind of to keep up with things as a form of entertainment versus like we have artistry and then content creation. So I'll start with you. So as a user, just as a person just viewing, what's something that you've learned not to do with social media? Whether it be, like all these platforms have, you can like, you can comment, you can follow, you can share it. Like,
never talk shit about your job.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah, that's super important.
Because I legitimately got in trouble for saying something. It was about my job, but the way I worded it, it could have been about anything. And the person at the job took it as about the job. And do not ever do that.
Okay, so don't ever talk about your... that's good advice. Most companies have social media clauses now, right? About things that you can and cannot say about your workplace for that company. So, okay, anything else that you've learned? No, not really.
I don't really know.
All right, Phoenix. Something you've learned not to do.
I guess don't take it personal and your friends aren't, I guess, supporting you in whatever social media realm. Young Phoenix, when he was in college, had a number of his fraternity brothers. Well, they ended up being douchebags anyways. I hope they're doing well though, because I have an oath to keep. And I have an oath to keep. I hate the fucking shit out of them, but I hope they're doing well. Like,
what fraternity were you in?
Sigma Phi Epsilon.
Are you asking Phoenix to dox himself right now?
Ironically, Harris Hell and I were in the same fraternity.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I don't know if he actually got through the initiation and everything, but still, if you did, Harris, congratulations on the baby, by the way. So I guess they decided to follow me, and I went on a 20 tweet span on my personal account. And this is in 2014 or whatever, just you guys are supposed to be brothers and care about y'all, but I don't know, I was just really fucking immature about that. If I was to do that now as a content creator, it's just these fuckers unfollowed me and did that public thing, I probably would have way less followers now, because ain't nobody want to see that. Or maybe they do. They maybe want me to have a full-on Britney moment, and some people would be like, "Oh my god," and then some people will be like, "This fucker."
All right, Miss Bonnie, what's something you learned not to do since being on social media?
Since I've been on social media for such a long time, and gone through different niches and such, I've learned a lot about not going and give it it's about trust mostly. It's people will be able people go and they'll take something that you said maybe in or out of context and use it against you, and that's something you have to go and think about whenever you post something.
So that's a big thing, right? Is that people do that all the time. Even in real life, in conversations, if you say something, if someone wants to twist it, they will. But when you post it on, whatever it is, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, if you post something, the internet is forever, essentially. Even if you delete it, doesn't mean that it's gone. It's out there. You put it out there. So you have to be super careful about the things that you post, especially when you're trying to project an image as a content creator or as someone trying to be in a public position where public opinion matters. So as a people pleaser that I am, I struggle with that, because I will hold back things that I want to say so badly, because I'm I can't, because even though it's valid and even though it's legitimate, if I say this and I put this out there, it's gonna get turned around, because there's two sides to or there's three sides to everything, right? There's your side, my side, and then actually what it is. And so when you say something, whether it be, I mean, it could even be something super positive and turned around on you that, oh, well, they're just, they're just ass kissing, or they're flirting when they're not supposed to be, or you know what I mean? And it's just like, no, like I'm just genuinely putting this out there. So it's a really, really fine line, right? About what you post versus what you're trying to project as your image, because essentially that's all posting is. It's a public projection of yourself that you're trying to leave. It all becomes a part of your legacy. So I think what I've learned is, if I want, honestly, to succeed, and this is just my lowly advice, if you want to succeed versus in anything, don't get on social media. Like, just don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. Like, you need it. You have to have a presence for people to follow you, but you have to almost be neutral, unless you want to succeed as a very opinionated, can be seen as controversial Phoenix, right? No, I'm just kidding. I love you. So, I mean, I think that's the difference, is that, like, so Phoenix doesn't hold back. He is authentically himself always, and I love that about him. Like, he is just like, listen, I don't even care. This is what's going on, even though he really does care. If he tells you he doesn't care, he's lying. But, like, I'm the opposite, where I'm like, no, I can't say that. But also
is your branding, too, that you have to go and think about. Because, like, Phoenix's branding is that he is authentically himself and a hard ass sometimes. But we love him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I developed that brand, if you want to call it that, because I don't want to be that. I don't want to have the YouTuber mentality where it's just like, oh my god, guys, what's up? It's Phoenix here, back at it again with another video. We're gonna be trolling. Like, I'm gonna be doing that, but I'm also gonna be unfiltered and uncensored about it.
Yeah.
To the point where, it's just like, you gotta take me as I am. Like, I'm not gonna give you this artificial bullshit, and if that's in the detriment of me collaborating with other people because of that, I guess so be it. If it comes at a detriment where some people are going to be turned off to the greater thing about a community, so be it.
People are going to be turned off by anything that you do. Like, I'm about to say, I could look like, like an opposite way, and they could be like, you're canceled and everything like that. I'm like,
oh, cancel culture is a whole other. That's definitely another topic for it. Is cancel culture is the worst. But, like, okay, so how much control do you let either your own public image or outside influences control what you post or don't post? So I know, like, in our house, there's a lot of things that, like, my husband will post that I'll be like, no, take it down. I'm like, you cannot post that.
I could care less.
And, like, but there are just things that I'm like, our family follows us. Like, you cannot post that. Like, you can't say that stuff. And he's just like, I don't give a shit. And I'm like, but you should.
But I don't.
My thing is, if I can't go and say it to my 90-year-old grandmother, I really shouldn't say it. And my 90-year-old grandmother is, she's pretty hip with the times, so.
But Granny's probably seen it all, though.
She'd be on Instagram,
huh? Well, she probably would, because she is still fine for 90. I'm just gonna say that.
Guys, I got a contract right here.
But I'm not gonna go and be like, yeah, my parents, I had to go and pick them up from their drunk night because my mom peed in my car 3 times.
That is now forever out there. That is I'm so sorry, Mama Bonnie, but that is forever cemented in the house. Oh, Phoenix left. Oh, I let it influence me a lot. Like, I don't like stepping on toes. I don't like, and there's a difference between, because you can't roll your eyes, because there's a difference between what happens in a marriage and what happens in an image that we're posting. So, thank you for the follow, Draco Milfoy. I love that. So
we're talking about milk. It's okay.
Speaking of moms, no, I'm just kidding. So I think that for me, like, I don't like hurting people's feelings. So I don't like posting problematic things. I don't like posting things that make people question, because you can have emotion, you can have feelings about certain things, and then even though you still have them, still love whatever it is, the person, the company, the topic, whatever it is. And you have to be really, really careful, again, because it can be twisted and used against you. So I just choose silence. And the things that I do speak up about that are controversial are something that I'm super, super passionate about, because they go down to like my core values and my morals. I'm a big supporter of, like, the LGBTQIA plus community. And my parents, well, my mom is not, like, she is just not, and I don't care. So anytime I post something, whatever it is, that's in support for that, sometimes she makes snide remarks. Lately, she's realized that I just delete it, because I'm like, I don't need that toxicity. Like, I have enough people that I love in my life within that community. So I'm not asking you to, to join me. You have your own views. You are your own person. Just because I feel that it's wrong that you feel that way, it's vice versa. You feel that it's wrong that I feel that way, but you're still entitled to your own opinion, even if it makes you an asshole. Like, that's just kind of my take on it. But I'm willing to take the backlash that comes with supporting something so huge like that. Whereas little things that happen between, whatever it is, companies, communities, friends, whatever, I will just choose to remain quiet and just kind of okay, like, just keep it trucking forward, and then vent or cry or be super excited about it or whatever within my inner circle in a private conversation versus in a public posting. So I let it influence me a lot. Like, I'm very much influenced by that.
You have to be really careful when you're talking about politics or religion, especially when it comes to, like, things like Facebook or with, like, things like you have family and friends. I mean, I have a pretty diverse group of family and friends. I have Democrats, Republicans, you name it, I probably have it. But like, there's certain things, like, I will post, like, right now, I don't agree with a lot of people in the anime community going to anime conventions right now. It's just, and it's something, like, I, as a ex-convention, a con chair, that I was just like, yeah, this is a really sticky slope to understand, and I understand both sides, which is a lot of the vendors, they need to go and actually make money and do art and with their art and stuff. But then there's other people who are just like, they're not taking precautions right now, and it's just, I've seen dirty, sweaty weebs for 3 days not shower. Give them a fucking bar of soap. Exactly. And so I know the habits of these people who go to these conventions and they don't shower or bathe, and then they go and they get the con crud, which is, the disease of the day. And it's just like, with, the Rona out there, it's just bad. Like, that like, when they were talking about the Omicron Rona, the new variant, when they were talking about, like, that convention in New York City, that was an anime convention that actually happened at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I'm like, don't want to post about not doing this, but it's like, ugh.
I think that's another big one, right? Especially with COVID. People have so
There's so many
many
opinions.
views about whether
Yeah.
it's the vaccination, whether it's the
Mhm.
actual virus itself, whether
Yeah.
it's, you know, where it originated, where it came from. Jerk said not the anime Rona.
Yeah, well, it did happen. It happened at Anime New York City.
But like,
Yikes.
so Phoenix, what do you let influence as far as what you post or don't post? Because you're infamous for Phoenix hot takes. Like, Phoenix hot takes, if you have not witnessed, read about, heard, seen a Phoenix hot take, you're missing out. Because most of the time, they really make you think. I think they're really positive. Like, I benefit from them personally. I think that they're good things. So, what do you, how much influence or weight do you give on things? Oh no.
Yeah.
So
If you're
personally in
comfortable
my
with sharing
life,
that.
oh yeah, I'm 100% comfortable. So personally in my life, I've always seen myself on the opposition or the least popular side because of whatever. So the reason why I do the hot takes, I take it back to a book that I read and I fucking hate reading called To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay. That was a good book.
Atticus Finch was the dad in that book.
Yep.
And I guess this is why I'm married to a lawyer, because he was a lawyer too. I'm not going to give up too much of the story because one, I don't remember it, and two, I don't think it's really that necessary to go into the details of it. But anyways, Atticus said, put yourself into their shoes. In any situation. So what I typically do when I do the hot takes is I put myself into both shoes. Like, I put myself into my shoes with currently how I feel. I know that I have more bias and weight, but I also put myself into the shoes of others. Maybe that, you know, with my bias, I see it differently, but I try to understand it. So I'm gonna go all out with something that I specifically saw, and this is probably why I see, or why I, you know, make all my hot takes like I typically did. There was the situation that came up with myself and another streamer, that we were pretty good friends. We were close. He wouldn't consider me a friend now or even at that point. That, you know, me and him were mods in a Discord one time, and we got introduced onto this thing. Long story short, me and him don't talk anymore because of a falling out and whatnot. And right now, it's weird because I did talk to him in a very passive aggressive tone about how some things had happened with all that. And again, I wish the best in him. I just wish that he wouldn't have such a warped mindset sometimes. But anyways, I have that influence it so that, or my influence on what I post is to make sure that people are humbled and see where or like put themselves into another pair of shoes. Like, a lot of people think that, oh, Phoenix is just salty, but it's like, no, I'm not. I'm making sure that you see where I'm coming from, but also I'm seeing where you're coming from, and let's kind of get to a situation where we can sit down, let the emotions cast aside for a second, and actually have a conversation and meet halfway. There may not be a closure at that point in time, but currently with the situation that I see, it's wrong, in my opinion, of course, unless you can prove me right. There's another guy like Live Video Game TV. I'm just gonna name drop people. Um, I see a lot of his tweets as well because of Callie. and he was just like, I've got the Dexter New Blood up, and I've got 30 something other streamers that I'm like supporting. It's like, does anybody want to tell him what's going on with that? And then he came back defensively and was just like, well, if you're not ask me about how many channel points that I've got, ask me how many times I go back and unmute the tabs and this and that and then whatever. It's just like, all right, whatever. Okay. So let me go back to TOS because I need to figure it out. Actually, I don't think it's bad to have 30 tabs up. I think it's just ridiculous to put your computer at that much of a detriment to have 30 tabs up to watch a TV show that you stream probably like a decent amount of gigs and then all the other streams that you're watching. It's just not how I jive with content. So that's, the thing.
I
Now,
think they changed that on Twitch recently too, because I think your chat needs to be active in the chat too, like every 10 minutes or so, in order for it to be
Yeah.
considered a view.
active, whatever.
I
Every
know.
10 minutes,
You
you gotta
guys-
go type hi.
you got
Exactly.
you guys know what I'm saying. It really isn't that deep to have 30 tabs up to support one person. If one person is live right now, like for example, I've got Callie up because I'm a mod in here. There's another person obviously that's probably live that I should watch because I haven't watched them in a while on my following list. Oops. Oh well, so be it. I'll catch you later. Like that's and I think we're getting into another topic, but that's how I weigh things. I want people to have a change in perspective. So I will have a more heavier abrasive standpoint to something, but I just want you to think from the opposition and I'll be like, all right, well, why do you think this way? Okay, cool. Let's fight it out, or let's just like hash it out, meet halfway, whatever.
So you're not I don't want to say afraid. Afraid is not the right word, but you're not against taking the opposite viewpoint, trying to get people to think. Like, is that your end game with taking the opposite viewpoint, or do you usually take the opposite viewpoint because you genuinely see the opposite viewpoint? Do you ever take the other side of the argument just for the sake of conversation? I guess is what I'm
like playing devil's advocate. I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, but it depends at what point. Nobody's going to see that within social media though. Or
True.
I mean, they'll probably hear it within a voice chat if I'm kind of like deep in thought. But yeah, I just want to open eyes as much as I can with the extreme opposition sometimes. And a lot of people miss the mark. People just think that, oh, your boy is just salty about this. It's like, no, I'm not really that upset about much.
Okay. So so let's shift gears for a second. We're going to talk about social media trends, right? So you have with Twitter, it's the the retweet this with whatever. Or, with the TikTok, it's duet this or do this dance or whatever it is. Facebook, usually it's like copy and share or you're gonna die in 10 days or like whatever. So what do you see as important for keeping up with and like trying to either replicate or participating in social media trends? Like what? I don't know where I'm going with this. Help me. Like what is the trend for you? Does that make sense? Like I don't.
What trends do you and don't you do?
I mean, yeah.
If you do,
I'm about to say Phoenix. You wanna?
I don't really try to. I don't. Yeah, I'm not the guy to, I guess, follow trends. If you look at my TikTok, I don't do trends. I just do what the hell I do.
So Friendship Supreme just said in chat, they said, I miss those good old-fashioned chain mails. We send this to 20 people or killer clowns from outer space with pie. We'll come pie you to death, right? Like, that's
Beautiful.
I remember my family used to send those. If you send this to, the next 20 people in the next 5 minutes, you're going to get $100,000. And you're just like,
where's my money?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so continue your thought, Bonnie. Sorry.
I will say, like, some of the trends, like, it's different. I guess it's different for me because, again, art Twitter, art Instagram and stuff. Like right now, the big trend is art versus artists. And so this trend is, you're gonna probably see it on my Instagram, but it's already on my Twitter. It's you get a picture of yourself in the middle, and then 8 artworks that you did in that year, and then you post it on social media, and you put the hashtag art versus artist 2021. And I think it's something like, it's like promoting yourself pretty much. Like there's like that, there's portfolio day and such. So I think like those trends are like pretty good. Like, I mean, we used to have like, the redraw the Sailor Moon art challenge, and then also female Bowser challenge. So I mean, art Twitter is a little bit different, but like then there's things like, I will say, there's some other positive ones too. Like personally, like the ASL challenge. I don't remember if you guys remember, like the ice bucket challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's stuff like
I remember that.
I did that.
Yeah, about to say.
That
That was a big one.
So Friendship Supreme makes another really good point in chat. They said, my problem with TikTok trends specifically is by the time I can put together a video between dad time, husband time, employee time, and stream time, I've missed the trend. So I feel like that's a big thing. For me, is that me like too. Something that's like, oh man, this is the hot thing right now. By the time and for me, it's more of, by the time I conquer my anxiety about doing it, and then actually doing it, it's the boat's gone. Like it's already, and then it's like, well, that's cute, but that was like, so, the phrase when you heard when you were kids, that was so 5 minutes ago. Like that, comes into play, because especially as a adult on social media, like there are responsibilities. Now I have a little bit more freedom as a stay-at-home mom, but like, my husband were to be participating in trends, that would be super hard for him, between work and family, and he has his own things going on. So it's just like, what? So how do you discern what needs to be prioritized? Like, this is trending and I need to jump on this, and so it becomes a priority to participate in that trend. So like for me, I think one of the big artist trends that I see is like, Bonnie, you did Inktober back in October, and I was like, okay, so this is trending with all of my art friends right now, and I'm a baby artist. Like I'm self-taught, step-by-stepping. Like I am not very good.
Yeah, you're doing much better than what you think, and I see you grow, and that's the thing. And I understand, like, I have personally a planner. It's called my fucking planner. It literally has like the F word, F bomb all over the place, it's my baby. So I pretty much have like all of my to-do lists on there, just because I have severe mental health issues. So like sometimes like I will go and forget stuff. So I have that. I have my Trello board. I have my Notion. If you guys like ever,
Bonnie
like,
went
I
first into
overplan.
the organization trend. Like she was like, I just give it all to me.
I overplan. Like if you ever, like, so since I'm like adding the YouTube in there, like I'm over planning all this stuff. And I actually was watching a YouTuber, I think it's Channel Makers, that they were talking about this, and it was about scheduling out your posts. And like it's okay to schedule out some of your posts, but then keep like some time some time aside to do some evergreen content, which would be like your trends, your time sensitive content. And that's kind of what you have to do. And that's something I'm trying to do a little bit better, because I do schedule a lot of my content. Just because I will forget about it if I don't schedule it out. And
So I
that's
guess
one of
that's
those things like
where
I'm learning now.
that's where like drafts come in handy, right? So if
Mhm.
you're let's single out TikTok, because that's where a lot of the trends are happening
Mhm.
nowadays, are on TikTok. So if you're scrolling through your For You page and you see like this is trending and this is something that as a person trying to get seen or whatever it is, like I need to jump on this.
Mhm.
In my mind, the way it works is there's not always just one thing that's trending. I look for the
Mhm.
top 5.
Yeah.
And now I haven't actually applied this in reality. I've applied it to paper. But like I go, okay, what are the top 5 things that are trending? Let me film these 5 things and then put them in the
Mhm.
drafts, and then I can post them when it's this. So that's where like drafting
Exactly.
comes. But you don't want to hold it for too long, because if
Exactly.
there's the difference between holding it and releasing it slowly
Mhm.
versus posting everything all at once,
Exactly.
which I'm also really bad about. So I do Hover, which is, you know, so another version of social media for like your game clips and your stream clips and stuff. And I have a bad habit of like having like 5 or 6 clips that I want to post to Hover and then posting them all at one time,
Yeah.
versus like slow, like post one and then, you know, later the day post another one, or the next day, or I will post them all at once. And then it's like a week goes by before I post again, because I just posted 5 posts like all on one day. So it's trying to figure out that balance of what you need to post and when. Phoenix, how do you find that balance?
Right now, I don't.
Let's say I'll show Callie on my thing, because I think my Trello board is actually public.
Yeah, I don't right now. I've got, you know, a bunch of stuff going on since I took this 2-month break to just get over whatever other kinks I needed to get over with personal life and all that stuff. Like there really hasn't been time to edit, and neither content to really you know, look at because I've been gone for so long. Um, but Phoenix, you could have done TikTok. It's like, well, TikTok fucking sucks because when I try to do that and I do it at a non-trend rate, you really don't get anything, and I hate it because I want to make my own trends, or I want to make my own original content on TikTok. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, I get your Hover thing. That more is, I don't know, you just got to have gravity for that, or just have a
Yeah.
very just chatting personality, because I think the clips that succeed more on there now are going to be the just chatting, like stream clips. They can be edited, but like anything else, like if you're going to label it in that gaming niche, don't they don't really blow up anymore. Which
Mhm.
kind of to see, but that's what they want.
So let's talk about editing. When you post on
Oh
social
gosh.
media, what do you consider an over edit? We're gonna
Oof.
work our way from broad to down. So what is an over edited post to you? And does it either make you scroll past it, or do you pay attention to it? Whether it's an image or like an epic quote or a video or a gaming clip or whatever it is, what do
Oh
you,
my gosh.
when you see something that's edited, is it like, nope, I'm not even interested in this? Or does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
No,
we'll
over
start with you,
editing.
Bonnie.
Yeah, understood. Oh my gosh.
Callie coming
Trying to
with the hard
think.
questions today.
I
Over
know.
edit, there's no such thing as over editing. I don't think. I
Really?
think that no, I would rather see something over edited than under edited. The only
I know.
reason The only reason that I say that is because, at least like when I take a hard critique over my content, it could be better, or it could be betterly edited.
Okay.
Like, it's really under edited compared to the dozens of things that I see on the internet. But that's because of the fact that I'm a one man band and I'm literally learning this as I go.
I feel on that. But I will say, like, the over editing, I think more so applies to what happened when I was in the cosplay community versus now, because the art community is a little different. Like, pretty much like the over editing thing that you're pretty much doing is like placing things like perfectly, like your washi tape or whatever. It's like, okay, it's like harmless, but like cosplay community definitely is about like people going and like body image. Body image is basically the biggest thing. And you can tell when like somebody like ends up going and you're like, oh yeah, you want to go and make, you know, your thighs thinner or your eyes bigger or something like that. And that's definitely, I think, more detrimental than anything. And that makes me just scroll past for sure. But other than that, it's just like,
So okay, we're gonna catch up with chat.
Yeah.
Melmy asked Friendship Supreme about TikTok being a difficult media outlet to navigate. And they responded, they said, as a creator, I'm lucky enough. Hold on, I'm trying to read too many things. Okay, that as a channel and brand, I run this as myself and my best friend. He has a lot more success on TikTok, but I tend to really just allow my anxiety and doubt to plague me. So if when I'm putting out content, it flops, which just furthers my feel self-doubt. Okay. So, and then Melmy said, I personally notice a lot of people over edit on jokes that aren't funny, and then the rest of the video becomes cringe. So
unfortunately, I'm going to say the cringe is most likely a person who's new, and they're going to have to go through that cringy part of their content creation journey in order to go. I know it's so bad to say it like that, but you're gonna have to go through your cringy content creating journey in order to go and get to the good stuff.
But so, hey, cringe is fine.
Cringe is fine.
People love cringe. Okay?
Exactly.
It depends on the cringe. Like,
no, it doesn't.
It does.
Cringe is cringe.
Because sometimes there are things that it's just like why? I don't understand. Like, Vine did thrive on cringe. That's 100%.
Yeah.
But I think that Friendship Supreme makes a really good point. You know, like, your own personal, essentially, mental health and point of view plays into how you succeed or fail within a platform. Where, if you're already super anxious, or you're already like, man, this shit sucks right out the gate, the chances of it succeeding are slim. Like, you have to be confident in what you're posting. I highly, highly, highly recommend making sure that you have an inner circle that is going to either check you or boost you, depending on what it is. And when I say that, I mean, like, for example, I'm working on a project right now. I have a very small inner circle of about 4 people that I have probably asked 3,000 times, will you please watch this? I changed a half a second worth of content on this. I need you to watch this. Will you let me know, like, what's going in? It's just kind of like, it's one of those things that's like, well, it helps them go, nope, you need to fix that or put it back. Or they're like, yeah, that's really good. And then you're like, no, it's really not. Bonnie does this with my art all the time. I'm like, hey, I drew this. What do you think? And she's always like, it's really freaking good. Like, keep going. And I'm like, it's shit.
Well, the thing is that, like, even, like, with me, I will say, like, if you go and you post, like, I even had to check myself on this, too, like, with my art stuff. So, I'm going through old sketchbooks, and here I go, and I like, this is a sketchbook from high school. I'm like, okay, high school wasn't bad on my art time. Let me go and see what's going on here. I'm flipping through it, and there's this picture that I made of Tom Brady. I am not a Patriots fan whatsoever. I'm a Steelers fan. I made it. I know. I made it for my boyfriend, and it's a Bishi Tom Brady.
Ooh,
and
does this mean Bonnie's getting the chocolate of the day?
And I sat there.
Oh, shit. Bonnie's getting the paddle. Wait, that's not...
And so I sat there, I looked at this Bishi Tom Brady, and I'm showing it to my boyfriend, and he's just like, I'm gonna go and take this out of your sketchbook and hang this so everybody can see this beautiful creation. I'm like, no, it's cringe, holy shit, no! And you know, and then, like, I'm posting, like, things, like, you know, what I normally do, and I'm just like, oh, I've gotten a lot better since then, but yeah, no, like, BC Tom Brady is very, it's very haunting for me. I know, Phoenix, it's haunting me.
Phoenix, we forgive you that you're a Pats fan. I don't listen. It's okay. Everybody has to have a flaw.
I have to. Well, my favorite people are Pats fans. I have to say that. So.
Oh my God! The chocolate stuck to my camera.
Rip. See, this is why you were supposed to give Bonnie the chocolate of the day. You threw it at me instead. But I think Melanie makes a really good point about, as you know, fear of posting never truly goes away. And I feel like whether that's TikTok, whether it's, you know, art stuff, whether it's content creation, when it comes to as a poster, I honestly, well, I mean, I can't say it never, because for some people it do. Like, I don't speak for, you know, the brand of the company. I'm just saying that, like, that's just, as a frequent poster, it never goes away. And there's constantly times where you're like, oh man, am I posting too much? Am I not posting enough? Am I posting too much of the wrong things and not enough of the right ones? It's all about finding that balance of what works for you and where you're standing. But circling back to the editing thing, because we went way bunny trail. So back to the edits, where if something, to me, over editing, if I'm watching it and the actual content of whatever was edited is lost, I won't watch it. Because if now I'm just watching all your crazy edits, I'm like, this is not, like, what is this? Like, I will literally scroll past it, and that's on any platform. I don't care what platform it is. If it is what I consider over edited, where you lose the original content that you actually have, it's not worth watching. It's because if you continue to watch it, even though you're just like, oh, this is terrible, you're helping that person. That person's going to see the view and be like, oh man, I did something right. To me, view counts on like analytics and stuff speak to what you're doing right or wrong. And as a, you know, you have to pay attention to that. Where I was like, okay, I maybe added a couple of sound effects to this thing and some captions, versus I added 50 billion transitions in a 60-second thing. It is, and there's captions and music and explosions and special effects and all kinds of, am I making a mini movie, or am I posting something that is, you know, like, there's a difference. And if it's just supposed to be highlighting, whether it be a clip or a slideshow of art or, you know, something like that, it makes it less believable when there's 50 million edits versus something. There's a thing that was trending for the longest time on TikTok. I don't know if you consider it trending, but where, like, you have the people that film, whether it be, like, I call it advice talk, because there's one in every corner of whatever subcategory you want to. There's always an advice talk within that category. And the thing that drives me the craziest is when, and some people pull it off really well, but, like, where they're filming the thing and you can tell that they filmed it multiple times, and they've taken the best part of each one and then like spliced it all together. So it's like they say the word and then you can see the cut and then there's the next one and then they say the next thought and then there's a cut and then the next thought and then there's a cut, and it's all been spliced together to where it still looks like they've been sitting in their chair the whole time. And to me, when it's not intentionally done to emphasize a break in the thought, it's tacky. And it's just, and I won't continue to watch it. Like, there are sometimes, especially in stream talk, because there's streamer advice and or streamer tips, as I always say it, you know, on TikTok, where it's like, okay, here's the thought. Let me cut to the same thing and like say the next thought. Like, that makes sense versus people who are ranting, and just within their rant, there's like 4 or 5 different cuts. Quick cuts work better than having a break between sentences. Yes, jerks. I agree to a point. If there are cuts in the video that shouldn't be there, like if you should have just said what you needed to say and be done with it, versus having cut, I don't know. It bothers me. Like, and most of the time I won't watch it, or I'll watch it through and then I'm like, nope, I won't go back and get whatever value could have been in there because there's just too many cuts to it. There was a mom. I'm a mom. I'm a mom talk all the time. There was a mom that used to do this all the time. She used to cut between every single sentence. And I'm like, no. Like, this is exhausting. Like, and it's just, I feel like I'm waiting for a commercial to pop up for, like, Huggies diapers or something. You know what I mean? Like, I kept waiting for the commercial to come. It's like watching the old shows that are now streaming on Netflix where they still have the commercial breaks within the show, and like the screen fades to black and it comes back up again and it repeats the last few seconds of the scene you just watched because there was originally a commercial there. It bothers me. Like, I hate that. I don't like quick cut edits. But that's just my personal, that's my personal thing. Some people love it. So it's just kind of, it's just one of those things. But over editing to me it's just a turn off. So let's circle back to you, because you kind of have been very quiet throughout this day because you are just you don't post on social media. You're a watcher. So what makes something to you worth watching or reading when you come across it?
If it's something that interests me.
So you don't just like scroll through and like mindlessly like, oh, this is like, okay. It has to be on a topic that you have a passion about?
And not that I have a passion about, but just something that might spark interest. I don't just go through and watch random videos. Like, it's not like...
You couldn't be a TikTok scroller.
I don't have TikTok.
You should.
I've never had a TikTok.
You should. Just as a viewer, TikTok is a great way to waste a lot of time.
I've started following a lot of people's stories on Instagram.
Okay.
So I've started dabbling with Instagram more than Facebook.
Okay.
So that's about as far as it goes for me.
Do you like one more than the other?
No.
No, they're just the same.
I'm just not a social.
I'm just
not a big social media. I'm a sit down face to face. Let's talk about this type of person.
Man,
Man, old school. Love it.
Very.
But
love it.
Okay, so I had another thought, but I don't know what it is.
Think, damn it, think.
It just went out my head. So, okay, I spend way too much time on TikTok. 110%. Melmy, like #related.
All my TikTok you would think my TikToks are art TikToks. No, they're just dog. They're just dog videos.
I'm not even. I can't. I can't even. So, let's talk about Discord. Because.
Oh boy!
So, Discord is something that I'm trying to get Mr. Callie over here involved in, right? I'm like, come hang out on Discord. Because, in my opinion, Discord is what Facebook is trying too hard to do. Discord already does it all. You can go live on Discord. You can have video chats, voice chats on Discord. You can have threads like Reddit threads and forums on Discord. You can status update. You can customize, like, you know what I mean? Like, Discord literally does it all, and it's become your modern day chat room, like forum threads, possible live platform. I mean, it literally does everything. So let's talk about the bad things with Discord. What is one bad thing that you find in Discord? Bonnie, go.
Oh my gosh. Just people when it comes to like people on Discord, I mean, like I'm mostly on the streamer parts of Discord, but it is about, people going and being like promo, and it's just like I don't know you. Why would I go and why would I go and look at your stuff if I don't, like, if you don't talk to me or communicate with me or hang out with me?
All
I
right.
know Phoenix is war times,
All right, Phoenix. One bad thing about Discord. Go.
That asshole jerk named Real Phoenix TV. My God, I can't stand him. Jesus, he's always down everybody's throat about something. Always moving people in and out of Discord servers, disconnecting them from the fucking group chats and whatnot. Like, come on. like he just took out 2 people from the depths of hell right now. He's so fucking toxic.
Oh my gosh.
There's literally, like, I don't understand how everybody gives him a fucking god role in his Discord.
So
I legitimately just removed Eternal and Ginger from the depths of hell just for this demonstration.
There's literally a whole channel. Y'all, if you like to game with people, if you like hanging out with friends, please check out our Gamers Edge Discord. I know there's a command for it. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. Let's try GE. Is it just GE? Exclamation point GE? Whoops. Rip. Oh, there you go. Phoenix is spamming invites to it. I literally have a command, sir.
I don't give a damn. It's my link.
We have a Discord of gamers, of just friends that hang out. You don't have to stream. In fact, we don't talk really. We don't let promo happen in there. It's literally just people hanging out, gaming together, talking about life. It's a chill place for friends. It is a great place. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole voice channel. When you hit the pro level, which is, I think it's like 21, you get your own custom voice channel. There's literally
everybody in this has one.
Yep, there's a whole channel called Callie's Timeout, specifically because Phoenix likes to disconnect me from the voice chat and move me to timeout just for shits and giggles. It's so mean. Like, I'll just be like mid-sentence, and then I'll just sit there. When they do that and I see that, I'm like, nope, I'm not moving. I'm just gonna stay in timeout. They're gonna have to move me back from timeout because I'm in timeout, so clearly I just need to sit here. And it is, but I mean, Discord to me is a great way to keep up with people in the sense that, like, you have the status updates like you do with Twitter and Facebook, but they don't get lost unless your server is just like constantly moving. Now, I'm in I'm in 2 servers that are constantly moving. Like, there are people talking because they're international servers. There's people around the world, and they are just constantly all of the time. So things get lost really, really fast. But then you have, and pings. Pings for me would probably be the downside to Discord. Yeah. And I say that loosely because I have at least 3 things that auto ping everyone in my Discord every time I do something. So, but like pings, if your Discord has too many pings, I automatically mute the entire server. And I don't like leaving messages. I don't like that it announces that I left your server. So there are 110 servers, not really that many, but there are a lot of servers that I'm in that I do not speak in and I'm not active in, but I won't leave because it says Caligal 1992 has left the server. And I don't, because some people get salty about that or they get hurt about it. And they're like, why did you leave my server? And it's like, I didn't.
So it's funny. You talk about the mental health aspect of it. So I have my own personal server that I'm not gonna really advertise too much. I'm just gonna put it there and leave it. Take it and leave it. I actually don't have a automated message for when people leave because one, that there's that one feeling of just like what the fuck happened, and two, mentally I'm gonna think, did I do something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna think that I did something wrong. So like I'll just have to figure out when they had the white on their name, or like if I don't have I don't have roll colors within my server, so I'm just gonna have to check and see if we have mutual servers and if they left. Like for example, I'm looking at one, I'm just like, oh okay, well I can conclude that you probably left because you were salty that nobody responded back to you. Oh well, I don't care.
But see, not everybody does that. A lot of people leave their this person has, no, see, mine doesn't generate an auto chat. I have a mod chat only that it will post it just between my mods. So we know, so and so left. If it's someone who's active in the community, I use it as a tool to reach out. But sometimes you don't know, like, okay, this person left your server. Are you supposed to reach out? Obviously, they left for a reason. Now, I had someone leave, and I reached out, and I was like, hey, did I mess up? Like, is everything okay? I just noticed, and they're like, shit, I didn't mean to, and they immediately rejoined the server. They're like, I really didn't mean to. I was just cleaning up, leaving all these servers that you're in. Because I think within Discord, you can be in, like, 200 servers or something like that. And I literally have, like, the 10 servers that I'm super active in, and then I have another category of, and Friendship Supreme, this kind of pulls off. I feel like so many streamer friends want me in their Discord, and it got to a point where I have like 40 and I just have to try organizing. So I literally have a whole category of partnered streamers that I follow, that I'm in their servers, or sponsors, like bigger name brand streamers who are not necessarily going to interact with just me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I am in their server because I like being a part of that community, and I do pop in every now and then. I call it my weekly check-in folder, and they are folders of servers that I once a week will pop in and try to catch up on what I can catch up on. And Blue Onyx, thank you for that 14-month resub. So I check in and I'm just like, okay, and that's how I follow things. Then I have a whole other category that I haven't looked in any of those servers since, I can't even, probably since joining. Like, I felt obligated. Either someone sent me the invite or they were pushing it really hard in their stream, and I was just like, mm-hmm. I just did it without really thinking. And then, it's just, I'm just like, man, I can't. It gives me anxiety. Like, and I don't want to leave the server because I don't want them to get that notification that I left and them to think that it's something that they did, because it's not necessarily something that they did wrong. It's just something I'm not active in this community. Like, I don't, mm-hmm. It's just taking up space, but I don't want, but the red numbers gets me. Yeah. Okay. So on my laptop, I literally just clear folder, clear notifications. Like, I don't even open the server to clear I just clear the thing. I wait. Same. I won't look on my phone because I don't like notification numbers. Notification numbers drive me nuts. I hate them. I literally changed. So like my app screen on my phone, I literally changed all the icons so I can't see the notification numbers instead of just turning the notification numbers off. I literally changed all the icons so I can't see them anymore because they drive me crazy. I hate notification numbers with a passion because I have to clear it. It's ugly. I need to clear it and move it. I need to. Thank you for the biddies, Blue. You can do that. You can do what? Turn the notifications off on your phone? Yes. So you don't have the well, some apps allow you to, where you don't have the little number Or at least on iPhone you can. I don't know how it works for
You can do it on Android.
you weird Droid users.
I like my Droid.
No, iPhone
I love
is
my
the.
Droid.
You wouldn't want to see mine. Well, okay, Eternal. I've seen your desktop, and you're probably right. I don't want to see yours. Your desktop was. That's the side note. I am one of those people that my desktop literally has 3 things on it. It's got the recycle bin, it has the folder of things I use daily, and then it has like maybe an image that I save before the day. But by the end of the day, I've cleaned it up. There's nothing on my desktop.
I can't say that.
I can't. One has like 12,000. That's like my email right now. I need to clear out my email because my email has so much shit. But back to Discord. So I think that it is, if you take out for streamer Discord specifically, because every streamer has a Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, like, you've created a Discord for your community. How active is your personal community Discord that you created versus other communities that you're in?
Insert crickets.
I actually can say that some of my stuff is actually becoming more active, but that's because we've been doing I've been kind of following your thing, Callie, with the viewers' choice. And it seems like all of my viewers' choice has been Genshin Impact. And so we'll do on Fridays Genshin Impact with friends. And so all of us will be on the Genshin Impact area, and we'll go and we'll play Genshin Impact with each other, and I will go and post on my Discord, post up my Discord link saying with anybody's like, hey, if you want to play with us, you can come join my Discord and jump into the voice chat and so on and so forth. So it's actually been a little bit more active because of that, I think.
Okay. How active is yours, Phoenix?
Yeah, again, insert cricket chirps. And I'm not mad about it because the people that are within GE, they're in there, and so I typically would, you know, be in G anyways. The people that are not the people that are not in G, I think they probably got a sub and they have their stuff connected with Twitch on Discord. So I felt like they had an obligation to be in there. So it is what it is. I'm at that point where I'm not, you know, necessarily that big to where I need the constant updates or anything like that, or I need to have a personal house, if you want to call it that, or like the Phoenix Rising doesn't need to be something that is like, you know, maintained right now. But once I start seeing people, you know, joining the Discord and wanting to try and reach me outside of stream, that's when that thing will start picking up.
So as streamers, do you guys push your Discord servers?
Not really. Only like, again, for like viewers' choice if I'm doing like a co-op game like the Genshin Impact stuff. Like, because I know like my group, we've really been very active on that part of the page. And so that's one of those things, like, I'm like, yeah, come join if you are interested and blah 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 blah. But other than that, like, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not for me. But also at the same time too, I've been taking a step back with promoting because there's certain streamers that are just like, hey, use my Dixer, hey, use this, hey, use that. It's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed now with the amount of add-on advertising. I get, like, you know, trying to get your bag, but at the same time, content over anything.
I'm going to pause for a second. Thank you guys for the hype train. We have a hype train going, and I appreciate Phoenix. Thank you for the gifted sub. We had Jerks biddies. Blue with the biddies. Blue with the resub. Oh, my Lanza body with the biddies. Y'all.
Yep.
We can't make me cry in the middle of our podcast. Like, that's not a thing that exists. I don't really push my Discord, I can honestly say. I talk about it. Now, right now, we're talking a lot about Discord because I do have... Melmy, thank you for the biddies. I do have a a thing that I'm doing with my community. I try really hard not to push my own stuff on Hotseat because it's about, you know, all of us together versus individually. And I love when you guys self-promo your stuff because I'm highlighting y'all, because if I'm hosting Hotseat, so they're already on my channel, they already know to come here. So we will be talking about what's going on in my Discord on Monday when I am back to just normal hangout streams. But there are things that I will push for Discord, but I'm not really pushing my Discord. Now that's going to change.
Yeah.
A few things are changing with my own community come January. There are some things that I just want to do differently. So as a user, you're in my Discord. You're in a couple other Discords, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't use it.
Mm-mm.
Why? Do you just? I mean, like, no, like that's. It's not a critiquing thing. Like,
I don't
wondering.
like chat rooms. I have never liked anything that involves a chat room type setting.
Okay.
So I am more of a like this phone call Discord thing, or a real phone call, or sit down face to face, person to person. I can't type fast, so it's hard for me to keep up in any conversation because everybody types so fast, and I'm just, by the time I get to what I need out said, I'm out of the conversation.
Okay.
I just
all I can envision is you trying to keep up on a night that like Phoenix decides to ping everyone at 11 o'clock at night, and then everybody's like, super jerks, thank you for the biddies. Everybody is just like, why did we all get pinged? What's going on? Why have we been pinged? And Phoenix is just like, chaos. Like I can see where that would be a struggle. So would you prefer to be a part of like a slower Discord that is not so like the hangout Discord that is not, it's not active, it has moments of activity, but it's not that is the cutest frog emote. I'm getting distracted. That's not super hype all the time. Essentially
essentially, yeah, but
so the more active the community, the more it turns you off, right?
I mean, yes and no, because I like to sit back and watch, so I'll sit back and just watch everybody's conversation. So I mean, it doesn't really bother me.
My husband is a professional lurker, like professional lurker.
No, I'm not.
Yo, Friendship Supreme, thank you for that Prime resub. You're amazing. So I think Discord's an important tool, especially for content creators. It makes it easier to do things like this. Like we do this is possible through Discord. Because I can capture your guys' video for like our podcast on Twitch through Discord. So I feel like it's a good tool to have. It's also a really good tool for like bigger partnered streamers because you can't be live all of the time. Like, I mean, you could, but that would just get really old really quick. I don't understand how people go live for buku's amount of time. I did a 12-hour stream not too long ago and thought I was going to die about 6 hours in. So by the time we were finished, I was so over it. It was just, I don't get how people do that. It is not for me. But I feel like social media, aside from Discord, is, oh my god, Eternal, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you. So in addition to, you know, social media as a tool, it needs to be used as such. It is very easy to abuse social media and abuse the power that comes with social media, because going viral for a tweet or a video or an Insta post or whatever it is almost detrimental, because if you don't have anything to back that up, then like once you go viral, if you have nothing else ready to go underneath it, like that almost hurts you, right? Or am I wrong in thinking, like, what are your guys' takes on that?
Wait, can you repeat that question real quick?
Phoenix was not listening.
No, I was yawning. I was out of it for a second. I'm sorry.
Having a social media post go viral and not having anything to immediately like continue to go. Like, so you just hit an epic World Series whatever in MLB The Show. And it went freaking obnoxious. In a matter of 24 hours, you have like 800,000 views on it. What are you posting next? Because if you have nothing, that hurts you, in my opinion.
I mean, if you have nothing that hurts you, but if you have something that's subpar to it, it hurts you even more. Now, if you're talking in the realm of TikTok, I don't know. I think you're forgiven in a way because you're not gonna strike lightning twice in a row unless you know people really like you.
They
So,
like me. They really, really like me.
but yeah, I don't know.
There was a really good video. As I'm looking at Friendship Supreme's comment, I think that's why it's important to just be me and be organic. There was a really good video I just watched before getting on the stream from Ergo Josh. It was about what Ross Straws, who is another big art content creator, does. And his big thing is, be organic, be positive, and just like everybody kind of knows like who he is, and because of his personality, his drawings, they really kind of emulate that stuff. And I guess like I don't know, like you guys say, if you have something like that's subpar, you can't exactly strike twice, but also if you go and you're like develop yourself or develop what you want your brand to be, I think that is probably the best thing for you in case of you do blow up. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling or
No, you're good. You're 100% good. I am 100% listening. We're dropping frames on OBS, so.
Oh yeah, I see it. But I see that there was a really good video that just happened maybe a few like not even like a few hours ago that I watched and I was like, oh, this is great.
I definitely think that going viral is either going to help you or hurt you. Some people have that one viral video that they went viral that one time and that was it. Like that was their 2 seconds of fame. But and then some people know how to capitalize on it. So I think it's important to know when and how to capitalize on virility. Is that a word? We're making it a word. So I don't know if it's a word, but it's a word now. Like knowing how, like when it happens or if it happens, we're speaking positively into existence. So when it happens to you, knowing how to capitalize on that for future posts. So I'm curious, as someone who just kind of scrolls through, are you more apt to pay attention to something that has, I see you use Facebook, so something that has, a few tens of thousands of reactions on Facebook and shares versus something that has 2 or 3 reactions and shares?
I honestly don't pay attention to that.
Okay, so you don't pay attention to counts at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. If it interests me, I watch it. If I want to share it, I share it. I could care less how many it's been shared or how less it's been shared.
Okay. What about you guys? Do you guys pay attention to, does it draw your attention more if it has more likes, comments, shares versus something that doesn't have as much?
Yeah, I don't think I pay attention to that.
Normally, due to the algorithm, it's mostly because it does have a lot of likes and shares that it is being pushed to you. It really doesn't, I really don't look at it like that, but it's because of algorithms and
well, that's
analytics
what I
and
mean.
such.
Like, it's just, so for me, before I share something, I do pay attention to how many other people have shared this. Like, how important is, I meant to tell you to post that. I'm sorry, my bad. So to me, it is important to me how many times, if this has been shared 20,000 times, what are the chances that people within my already, like, that I'm posting have already seen it? Something, because I don't care if they see it. There's, like, I am a big promoter for Hover. I like promoting their stuff, and a lot of people that are, you know, that are interact with me on Twitter are also part of the Hover community. So I know they've already seen those posts 4,000 times by other people who have shared the same tweet over and over again, and I'm going to retweet it anyways because it's something that I love. It doesn't matter. But if it's something else that's kind of like, oh, well, you know, Twitch is doing this, if it's been retweeted 100 and something thousand times or whatever, you know what I mean? And then I know I've seen it at least once, the chances of me retweeting it are a lot slimmer. Because I'm like, I don't want to just continue to, like, fill your feed up with, oh, Callie retweeted it, and Bonnie retweeted it, and Phoenix retweeted, like, your first 5 posts are just us retweeting the same, oh, there's the original one. Like, it's just kind of like, it's not, so for me, the more it's shared, depending on what it is, the least likely I am to share it. Unless it's like an update. So when Twitch came out with their new mod settings to be able to view like suspicious viewers and chats or whatever, I shared that because I think that even if you see it by 10 other people in your Twitter feed, it's still important. There's still going to be that one person who hasn't seen it yet. And it's like, what is this? And it's one of those things. It's like, well, okay, like, this is important. This is something that Twitch really nailed for us as users, to be able to have that power to watch newer chatters who could potentially, their end game is to hurt the streamer versus helping. So I think that is a big thing. But that's just kind of, I don't know. That's just me. I pay attention to numbers. I'm a numbers person. It's one of my big flaws. As a content creator, I'm a big numbers person. It's exhausting.
I think we all are.
I would say that even if it's getting shared to a decent amount of people, still would share it, just because we have different, you know, clusters of communities or people that won't see it. Just because it's doing well on a quote unquote viral scale doesn't mean that, you know, somebody's hasn't seen it already.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't let the numbers play a big factor.
Like when that big thing happened with Streamlabs, I mean, like, I think everybody should have known about it.
See, and I made a mistake with that. So that's funny that you bring that up.
We both made a mistake on that, so don't worry.
I saw that came out, and let's talk about this for a second. So Lightstream is something that I have used before. When I first started streaming, that's how I had overlays. Like, I don't have a fancy PC. I have a laptop that's slowly dying, and so my laptop couldn't handle OBS. Like, it was a whole thing. Livestream was a big thing for me. I didn't pay attention. I very rarely blind share things where I don't actually look into it before I share it. And that was something that I blindly shared. I was like, this is really cool. Like, check this out. And it wasn't until a really good friend of mine, Lazy Fox Girl, she was like, hey, you know, that's the exact same thing that Lightstream does. And then sent me a screenshot of the two websites side by side. And it was a carbon copy. And I was like, oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have shared this. This is the exact same thing that Lightstream does. And Lightstream is already, it's not a new thing. Like, Lightstream has been doing this for a while, so their platform is secure. Like, their program is secure. Like, use this. don't use the new version. Slobs for life. I have never, ever been able to get slobs to work for me, ever.
Same.
Like, not from the start.
The problem, though, Callie, I'm going to say it's not, you should not beat yourself up about it, because the thing is that Twitch themselves push that content out to go and say, hey, there's this new thing that we are promoting. And honestly, I felt like that was very kind of shady on what Twitch was doing on their end.
Yeah.
Versus like in going in and promoting Streamlabs, when like really, you know, I was like, oh, this is really cool. People can have more options, because I know Lightstream is like, you know, people have Lightstream, but you know, Streamlabs is doing kind of something similar now, you know, that's cool. But then like, you know, I felt like it was kind of, again, it was shady of Twitch to do that.
Oh, 100%. It's one of those like questionable things that's just very it's odd. It's super.
Twitch has been doing a lot of questionable things lately, and honestly, like, yeah.
But okay, so I think, is there anything else that we would like to talk about, ladies, gentlemen? No.
Phoenix.
No.
I got nothing. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I would say social media is great. Don't let it ruin your life. There's more than that, or there's more than life to, you know, 140 or 280 characters, or whatever the hell else you use. Charlie's dancing and all that crap. So, yeah. But I mean, if you do want to waste your life away, make sure you hit that follow button on twitch.tv/realphoenixtv.
So yeah, we're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna promote one more time. So Phoenix, when do you stream?
I don't know when the hell I stream, but I stream on twitch.tv/realphoenixtv. You should follow so that you are up to date on all the information.
Okay. Bonnie, your turn.
Okay. Bonnie C Draws, as you guys have probably seen. I normally stream Mondays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Fridays from 2 to 5, and then Saturdays 1 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Also, I am taking a break this week because the boyfriend's coming in. So, you can come and see the Twitter. Yeah, he's coming with his dad, so this is going to be
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Have your parents and his parents met?
My dad has met his dad.
Fancy. So I stream I feel like I'm the only person that has a streaming schedule. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Every other Saturday we do Hotseat. Mondays we're doing Fall Guy Monthly. Wednesday, Thursday we are continuing our story game. We're playing Horizon Zero Dawn currently. We're at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then 7 p.m. Saturdays. This Sunday stream is a little odd for us, but we had some scheduling things going on with IRL stuff, so we had to move it around. I appreciate all you guys for staying here. Thanks for the hype train. We had Eternal with the 5 gifted. We had Friendship Supreme with the Prime sub, Bonnie with the 100 biddies, Jerks with the 100 biddies, Melmy with the 100 biddies, Bonnie with the 500 biddies, Phoenix with the gifted to Mr. Callie. Jerks with the 100 biddies, Blue with the 100 biddies, and then we had Blue and Eternal also with those resubs. You guys are amazing people. I really, really, really appreciate y'all being here. So give me 2 seconds while we figure out who we're gonna raid. Please hang in here for the raid. Our raid message, we're gonna change it a little bit. So from a normal, usually we do hashtag Callie raid, but we're just gonna do hashtag pillow fight for this raid. I'm gonna raid someone that this may or may not work for me in the end, but we're gonna do it anyways because I feel like, thank you, Jerks. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys maybe learned something. The next one that we're doing it on, I'm really, really, really excited for. No, I don't think anybody else is excited about the next topic. So stay tuned. Make sure you follow Hotseat on Twitter. Their Twitter is right there. It's just at Hotmess Hotseat. So
the next hot seat is just gonna be a whole Phoenix hot take. Just be prepared.
no, it's not. Phoenix, you already know what the next one's on. You can't. How do you hot take that subject? You know what? I don't even want to know.
Mooncake Mafia.
Mooncake Mafia.
Yeah.
What?
Are we renaming
What?
Phoenix's community to the Mooncake Mafia?
Hell no. My community will always be called the Phoenix Rising. Okay.
Mooncake
Always.
Mafia.
Mooncake Mafia.
Man,
I
fuck
love-
y'all. I'm out of here.
I love
Oh no!
Y'all will hear from my lawyer. I hate you all. Have a good day.
He doesn't really hate us.
No.
Doesn't really
was-
hate us. He can't.
It was just a joke. He's such a
Doesn't
big
hate.
baby.
I hope-
He's coming back.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a fabulous rest of your Sunday, and we will see you tomorrow for just regular Hot Mess Hangout. I appreciate all of you. Have a good night.
Mooncake Mafia.